Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another session with the older man. I took a break yesterday. I just got burnt out. I figured one day off isn't going to kill me or the algorithm, right? I don't know, man. Anyway, listen, my friends, it's time for that one special I haven't had in a while, the older man random reviews.
The older man random review. Learn about life from an older man. Yes, an older man.
Yes, let's get into it, my friends. A bunch of random videos that you guys have been sending me over the weeks. I haven't done one in about 2 weeks now, so yeah. Subscribe, my friends. Please like the video. Let this algorithm know that you're getting some good stuff. Of course, book a session if you need any help from the older man. I am here for you, my friends. Yes, there's a lot of good, juicy videos today, my friends. So let's just dive straight into it, man. Let's start with a little skit. What's happening now is that a lot of women realizing that a good man is rare, and she's going to be very possessive over that man. I love this skit.
Yeah, run me down.
Oh, shoot, let me. I got you. I wish you would.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious? You're a guy. Go get my bag. Help. Something.
Absolutely not. Baby, you don't got a man?
Clearly not.
Well, he got to keep walking with his girl. I'm sorry, baby. You go get your purse.
God.
Why you let me help her out? No, why would I let you do that?
You're right.
Yeah,
Here you go. No problem.
Sweetheart, you come back here real quick? Yeah, go ahead, come back. You already know what I'm about to say.
Go back, yeah.
You already know. You already know.
Don't worry about it. Just stay right there. Go ahead, baby.
Thank you.
Stay right there.
What are you doing?
Look, she was
opening the
already in
door for
front
other
of us.
girls. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter.
It does make sense. If
No.
someone's already in front.
Look, you don't open the door for nobody but me.
All right, you know what? You're right. All right, let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
All right. Here
Cool.
you guys'
Water.
waters.
Thank you.
Do you know what you
Thank
want to
you.
order?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the.
Are you communicating with another female?
How am I supposed to order?
You're supposed to tell me and I'll tell her. Okay. So what do you want?
Let me get a chicken strip, small fry, and a side of broccoli.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
I heard him. Chicken
My
strip.
man said he gonna have a chicken strip with a small fry and a little bit of broccoli, and get him a fruit punch too.
Okay, and
Yeah,
what do you want?
I would have the same thing.
Chicken strips, small fries.
Thank you.
Fruit punch.
Sorry, I mean.
Yes. By the year 2030, 40% of women are going to be single and childless. Women are going to get extremely possessive with the men they have because many making the freaking move. They're not jumping into any relationships. And I don't blame them. Until something changes, my friends, women are going to get a lot more possessive of their man. And I'm telling you, ladies, there are going to be a lot of women who are coming after your man. It's going to get rough. Mark my words. It's already started, but it's going to get worse. This came across my feed this morning. I don't know if some of you guys have seen it. A 60-year-old grandmother was arrested for slapping her 5-year-old grandson for misbehaving in school while his mother filmed and watched. Ooh.
Look at me. Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. Okay. Don't want me to come to the school. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Stop it. Stop it. Shut it up right now. Right now. Right now. Okay? Get these. Get over there in that corner. I want to see your face. And cry.
Take a bath.
Do you want me to come to the school?
No.
Do you want me to come to the school?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Do you want me to come to the school?
No, ma'am.
Do you want me to come to the school? I can't hear you.
No.
Now, here's the thing. I grew up getting my ass whooped. Okay, so I grew up in that era where corporal punishment was just part and parcel of Caribbean culture. That's it. But the difference between what this woman has done and what I experienced was my father would never, ever, ever hit me like that. Never, ever he hit me in my face, okay? He always made sure that he understood he don't hit me when he's angry, and he always understood that the punishment had to match whatever I did. So, to almost bursting the 5-year-old eardrums is excessive to a massive degree. Massive degree. That was dangerous. And this is what I'm telling you, and I've always told you guys, women have no idea how to actually discipline boys. Now, I'm seeing a lot more of this problem here. There was another one that I saw on the same feed where a woman deleted her 14-year-old son because he didn't do his chores. So all of you women who start, you know what, I'm going to actually fine it, because I know a lot of you don't believe this when I tell you a women are just as dangerous to their kids like men are. There's no distinct difference, just that we don't hear about it. Let me find this video. But before we get into all the video, let's read a few comments from this one, because, you know, you get people on both sides of the fence, right? Jatavia says, man, my granny would have did it at the school and feel no remorse. Yeah, not slap your eardrums. 5-year-old, no. Smack on the bum, smack on the legs, yes. But not smack your eardrums. If I wanted to take an attacker out, a bigger attacker, and he grabbed me, for example, I'd smack his eardrums. You know what that does to someone? That could pretty much permanently make you deaf if you do it hard enough. This is a 5-year-old kid, for Christ's sake. Caveat W said, there is absolutely no way I would permit my baby to be mistreated like this, regardless of what he may have done. This is abuse. And that poor child, oh my goodness, she would need to call the authorities to get me off her, grandmother or not. Well, that would have been her mother, wouldn't it? Wow. Mosaka Fari said, Mama need to be arrested as well. Who allows someone to abuse their child? That's KS Minas says, that's just what this generation needs. Baby, my mama got us right together. Free this lady. Listen, like I said, I grew up like this as well, but not that. Not that. My father would never do that to me. My mother spanked me, she'd smack me on my bottom, but she knew that she wasn't doing anything. But this is ridiculous. This is way out of hand. Somebody else says, Baber Corella says, man, get her out. If that's the case, you need to arrest every grandma from the 80s and 90s. Laughing. Yeah, so I get it, guys. I get it that it's a contentious problem that we do have where kids are really out of order now to the point where we need to bring some of this back. But for the same reason why we are now in this position where there's no corporal punishment, it was on the backs of those few people who really abused kids, who are hitting kids from a place of anger and trauma. These people were the ones that got the most attention. This is the problem. We make rules in society to stop the extremes of us all. But in turn, we overcorrect. In all cases, we tend to overcorrect to the point where we're now stopping it all, and now kids think that they can get away with anything. Kids even call child protection services on their parents if they even say the wrong thing to them. Parents end up in jail. So kids have weaponized child protection services against the parents now, where parents feel powerless. But the government don't step in and freaking take care of the kids when they get out of hand. So we're living in a really shitty situation, man. But here's a case where it goes horribly wrong. These are the people we need to stop.
There's a broken window at the home where police say a mother killed her 14-year-old son. A jail report says the woman told investigators her son did not complete his chores and she was angry. After an hour of beating the boy, police say he went unresponsive and the woman waited 5 minutes before calling 911. The boy went to the hospital where he died. The mother was booked into jail for murder.
Is young? Is she intending to come out? Oh, no, Your Honor.
At a bail hearing Friday afternoon, the mother refused to appear in court. Despite that, her public defender argued for her to be released from custody.
Given her limited history and the fact that it appears that she cooperated with law enforcement and the fact that she has very limited resources, I believe she should be released.
The defense attorney said the woman is in grief at the loss of the son she is accused of killing.
I acknowledge the seriousness of these facts, but this also involves a mother losing her son and significant trauma she's experiencing from that. I also argue there'll be additional trauma imposed on top of that, incarcerated.
Police outlined the disturbing attack in a report, saying the woman mercilessly beat her child for an hour, including using an extension cord to spank him.
This assault happened over an hour. A 14-year-old child, extension cords. He struck his head, he lost consciousness, and she continued to beat him, and then failed to call for emergency services.
Neighbors we spoke to said they didn't know the family well and they hadn't seen any issues.
I just hope that when these so-called feminists and females start accusing men of being extremely abusive to kids, right? They look at cases like this, but they tend not to. These cases don't even make it on mainstream news. Small local television, yes. But mainstream, rarely. But God forbid if a man did it. Ooh, we would be seeing it over here on CNN, BBC, Fox. Everybody would be carrying this news if a man had beaten his child to death. But a woman has done it? No, we're not going to hear about it. We got to hear it on some podcast or some stream. Oh, my friends, the world that we live in is just freaking insane, man. Let's listen to the GOAT himself, Mr. Kevin Samuels.
You can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. It is going down. That man, if he can meet your high standard, he can meet a lot of other women's standard as well. And here's the problem. There are hundreds of you, thousands of you. Why should he pick you over the one that can carry her own babies at 24 or 25 or 26 who are willing to get on his program, who don't have as many expectations as a woman your age?
The brother just laid it out for her nice and thick.
And young women are stop coming to the place. Young women are stop listening to y'all because you won't tell them stop. There's a reason there are 32,000 people watching my show, and a lot of them are women, because you're not telling them the truth. You won't be direct with them. You won't just tell them, look, if you want to have your career, it's going to cost you. You won't tell them that if you want to get married and have kids, you need to do it before a certain age to have a better shot. You know better, but you won't tell them. I don't need the background. Give me the age. They're between the ages of 21 and 50. What age, if you want to get married and have a family, what age should they start prioritizing?
You allow me to answer, Kevin.
I'm allowing you to give me an age. So I'm going to end this conversation.
I know a girl that had a baby.
I'm allowing you to give me an age range.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is when Kevin Samuels cut her off. This is Kendra G. She has a dating show trying to get men and women together. But this is the delusional way of which, a lot of these women can't just understand the realities of life. Women don't understand that they cannot have it all. I mentioned this in the last video that I did with where I critiqued that show, Listen to Black Women. I'll flash it here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this idea that women have that they can have it all is just the most bizarre thing that they have integrated into the whole feminist movement. Women can have it all. No, men can't have it all. They have this assumption that men can have it all and men always had it all. This is where the big disconnect is. For some reason, women think that men have life easy. That's the delusion that they have. They think that men have all the availabilities to be successful, and it's easily given to us, not realizing that women are pampered and men usually cater to them to give them what they want in order for them to get sex. Where men have to give, that means he has to create more wealth, not only to survive on his own, but to be able to give to the woman and to be able to provide for offspring. Do you understand what kind of pressure that is? It's amazing that women don't even know how much money it takes to actually survive as a family. A lot of them think that the average man is making almost 6 figures. It's mind-blowing, man. But my biggest frustration with women is that they think that they can just act and think any way possible, and society is supposed to accept it. Listen to this woman here.
Humans don't always behave rationally.
Yeah, but when they don't behave rationally, shouldn't they behave rationally?
Not necessarily.
You think that human beings should behave irrationally?
We're not robots. Like, do you always behave rationally?
Yes.
100% all the time.
Yes. It's possible, perhaps, that I have had too much to drink at certain points in my life or something like this, where I've lost my faculties. But yes, when I'm in my normal state of mind, I don't believe that I become irrational, no.
I just think you're kind of oversimplifying the human experience. People make quote-unquote illogical decisions all the time.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they should.
Well, no one wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to behave illogically.
Yeah, I know, so they shouldn't do that then.
I like that you wake up every morning and decide that you're going to behave logically. That doesn't mean that you will.
Yeah, but I should.
Well,
right?
Okay, everyone should, sure.
Right, that's my whole point. So if everybody should, then just saying that not everybody does isn't really much of an argument, because we still agree that they should behave rationally.
Trying to have a logical conversation with women, and listen, I'm generalizing, but it's really difficult, man. It's really difficult to argue that humans don't behave rationally. Yeah, they should. That's the reality of it. We should have a rational thought. Every day we should live in reality. But we've told women they don't have to believe in reality. Reality is reality, schmeality. You do what you want, girl. It's your world. You can live in it, and you can do whatever you want. You're a woman. Let's go to the next video.
We hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are, and they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that, unfortunately, is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow, we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing.
Why
you didn't say no.
I'm just gonna,
all that, bro. Didn't say nothing about.
I can tell you.
This is about a larger point. This is not about her as an individual. We don't hear I'm successful, I got my degree, and I've been in therapy the last 3 years working out my issues. I just bought a house, and I also identified my childhood trauma, and it took inventory over my baggage, and I got it out the way. Oh, also, I'm loyal. My time management is on point. I do what I say I'm going to do. I'm considerate. We never hear any of it. What I hear is when men say that y'all act like, when men say that y'all have turned into alphas, what we're talking about is the worst parts of manhood. Y'all have taken it on. Now, the problem with men is that we won't admit that those are the worst parts of us too. But shorty, y'all have taken the worst parts of what it means to be successful, and y'all wear that like a badge. Look at what it's done to us. If you need an example of what it looks like to only live in your accomplishments, look at the black men around you. You in a city full of them. Look at how devoid they are. Look at what it took them to get to where they are. Look at how underdeveloped some of them are emotionally. This is what you want? Is this what we're going to do, to let accomplishments be Band-Aids for that?
Ooh, the brother just took it home. This is the thing. You always hear women go, oh, he needs to have money, but he also has to be emotionally available. But yet, when you hear these women talk about, oh, I got this, and I built this, and I got this, and I got millions, and I got... None of it is about emotion. None. And we know that that's what it takes. We know that it takes a certain amount of ruthlessness to actually get to the top. You got to cut a few throats, man. That's just it. If you want to get to that optimum level, you got to break a few legs, take out a few people. I'm just saying this metaphorically, right? In order to get to the top. It's a cutthroat business. That term came from somewhere. So a lot of these women who are financially accomplished, they become ruthless. Why would a man want to marry that when he needs a kind, submissive, tender woman around him? He don't want to have to deal with that. Hell no. That's his job. He's supposed to take on that burden. Tell me if I'm wrong.
This video shows a newlywed couple escaping into the car while her family members chases behind because the bride's family has just asked the groom to pay an additional bride price on the spot. That's basically an additional $30,000 to $40,000 US. In this video from southern China, on the wedding day, they demanded a bride price of 600,000 yuan or 84,000 US. And this is on top of what they already paid. If the bride could not afford it, then the groom has to drink the bride's foot washing water.
怎么可能喝嘛？我从来没听到过，听到你们说过。你说你从来不喝，你现在要60万过来打。拿60万，阿姨。对。我不拿60万，你就让我喝洗脚水。对。对呀。故意刁难。怎么你一说为什么不值60万呢？啊？为什么你要60万，你直接跟我说就可以了？你为什么要说非让我喝这个水呢？
And it's quite common. Not everybody can afford it in China, not in this economy. And that's on top of the expenses that many of the male's families already had to pay for, like the wedding itself. So sometimes weddings are called off because of demands like this. The CCP even realized how bad this has gotten, how transactional weddings are in China, their marriage rate declining 56% over 9 years. And of course, there's also birth rate issues as well. And part of that is how materialistic families have become.
This is insane. If you can't pay for the freaking bride price, you got to drink the foot water of the family who have washed their feet in the water. Hell no. So my friends in the West, if you think that is bad when it comes to marriages and relationships in the West, whoo, China, the men got it bad, man. Marriages are down 56%.
Hey, babe, I'm going out. I said I'm going out.
Okay, have fun.
You know, I just find it funny how you all like have fun. You're not even asking me to stay. You're not asking who's coming. You're not even asking to come with me. Who you got coming over?
Nobody. I'm just trying to watch the game.
All right, babe. Well, I'm going to watch the game with you. Because you think you slick.
Okay.
You acting real funny and you moving real suspicious. So guess... Matter of fact, I'm going to leave.
All right.
You all like, all right, and you still not asking me to stay. Matter of fact, get ready. And now I'm going to wait till you get ready. Because you think I'm really dumb. You think I'm stupid. And you over here acting real
If your woman going out dressed like that, I would act the same way. You go right ahead. She's not yours. You're sharing her, my friend. Okay? You're just sharing her. So I know you want that little piece right there, but she's not yours. The ugly truth said, that man has been looking forward to that alone time for decades. Yeah, but this is not the type of woman that you want around you 24/7, my friend. This is a highly insecure woman. She's highly abrasive. That's like nails on a chalkboard right there. These are not the type of women, gentlemen, that you need around you. That kind of constantly, it doesn't get any better. This is not the life you need. If your woman isn't calm at all times, hey babes, listen, what do you think of this dress? Is it too much, or do you think I should put on something a little bit more conservative? Listen, I'm going down to the street with my girl. She's basically making you know that you're in control. But this sort of modern mentality, demanding shit, and now she's going to take that little bit of peace from you where you now got to get up and go and follow her? No, my friends, you don't even think about that shit. Time for her to leave. This gentleman says, I've been divorced for 6 months and I've learned at 53 and still youthful, it gets lonely, but peace is priceless. Richard says, peace and sanity is just awesome. Never give them up for anything.
I would not date a billionaire because I've definitely dated guys before who made a lot more than I did. Like now I don't have that experience. Like when I first moved to New York and I was just a college student and working like normal jobs, I don't like feeling like anyone has anything over me. And I think when a guy knows that he can give you a life that you can't give yourself, I don't even think that some guys do it intentionally to be like cruel or anything, but like there's a certain level of I can kind of do this, you can't really touch me because I know that if we break up tomorrow, like you're gonna have to go back to some life that you're not gonna like. And so I want whoever I'm with, the lifestyle we have together is not anything that I can't provide for myself. I always tell girls, like, have your own stuff. Like, I'm not asking for anything more than what I have because I don't ever want to be in a situation where you feel like you've given me anything. Like, we're equals. I want an equal partnership. I think if you marry solely for money, you don't marry for the person seeing you as an equal and like really respecting you and your wishes, you will pay for it forever.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. I'm not going to date a rich man because I don't want miss what he has given me when he leaves me or I leave him. What kind of way of looking at life is that? I personally think she's BSing because naturally women are hypergamous. But what we're seeing is we're seeing a rift, a conundrum that women have with themselves. This competition with men where, okay, I need to have as much as he has. Not realizing or not thinking, hey, he's a good man. He makes a lot more. Let me enjoy the lifestyle with him. Let me help him along the way so that we can live harmoniously and enjoy the lifestyle together. Simple. There's nothing wrong with that equation. Why would you look at that equation instead of just thinking, well, I don't want to be in a position where he leaves or I leave and I'm not going to have all of these nice things that he's offering me. Just don't make sense. I don't think most women should have podcasts, to be honest with you.
I'm going to get eaten alive, but I'm just going to say it. And this is going to sound terrible.
Yep.
I think that we as women don't understand all the things that we disqualify ourselves from for making bad decisions in the moment. What I mean by that is when you do get pregnant by multiple men. What I mean by that is when you are okay with gaining 50 to 100 pounds. What I mean by that is when you're not drinking water. What I mean by that is when you're not taking care of yourself. You literally are disqualifying yourself from a masculine man. Why? Because one of the number one things that a masculine man wants is a visually appealing woman. That's what is going to get him to the door. Now, your character is what gets him to stay. But if you want the best, you have to be the best because the best isn't choosing average. So we really need to date inside of our, like, what's inside of our realm. And the truth is, the more that you allow yourself not to be disciplined with how you grow mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and energetically, you are either subconsciously or consciously disqualifying yourself from the best man that you could deserve or have. But the truth is, most women don't really have that coming. They're lazy. Lazy spiritually, lazy emotionally, lazy physically, lazy energetically. And when you're beautiful, I think some of the most beautiful women are some of the most lazy women, lazy and entitled, right? So I think that when you're just honest with yourself and what you want and your desires, man, when a beautiful woman, and I'm talking about societal beauty, right? When a beautiful woman also has character, you are a freaking unicorn. When a beautiful woman has character and takes care of herself, you are a platinum needle in a haystack, as my mom has always said, right? You've got to do the things based on the result that you want. Now, if you just want to run through these men, get some dinners paid for, get a bag here and there, take a trip twice a year on that man and just take pictures of his arm, great. If that's what you want, then do you, boo. But if you want something of substance and you want a man that genuinely desires you, wants to provide for you, take care of you, spoil you, and has the character to suffice with that, then you got to be better.
A lot of people don't. They want to be better, but don't want to be better.
But the point is, just because it's simple doesn't mean that it's easy. And in order to have a life you want, you have to do what's hard.
I heard no lies there whatsoever. She really brought it home. The bottom line is that today's modern women are lazy. They expect the man to give, and the only thing she's prepared to give is some temporary punani. That's it. And I say temporary because the second the man marries her, 2 to 3 years later, that dries up as well. So men are saying, thanks, but no thanks to so many of today's modern women. And listen, ladies, I've said this many times. Men want to do their role. Men want to commit to you. But the risk is just not worth the reward that he's getting. Women have changed the game. Why would he risk everything that he's worked his ass off for when women are not there to stay for the long run? This is the problem that we're having in today's modern society. Quick reminder not to be overweight and slow. Guys, stay in shape, my friends. This size has become the norm in most Western societies. This is how it can easily end up going horribly wrong for you all. Back broken, hip broken, knees out, and it just gets worse from there. Stay in shape. Lose some weight, for Christ's sake. Woo! Listen, there's nothing to say here besides you got to do better. So now that we've seen China, I want you guys to look at what's happening in Africa. Let's listen to this gentleman here.
Now, the men don't see why they should marry. Because let me show you what marriage looks like to us. Let me show you. Marriage is extremely an extortion and a waste of resources. And I'll prove it to you. Number one, you meet a lady now, and automatically you are expected to show her money. You have to buy her gifts. You have to take her to restaurant. You go and eat with her, you have to pay. You drive, you have to buy the fuel. You have to literally pay the rent you guys will be staying in. And even if she stays in another place, you have to pay for her rent. No matter how much the woman earns, you are still to buy her wig. You are still to buy her phones. Whatever she makes is her own money. Whilst the man has to spend on her. Let me finish. Now, I'm showing you what men see. The modern men now. What we are seeing as marriage. Don't forget that the actual essence of marriage is for the woman to come and help the man. But now, marriage is the man going to help a woman who actually has not developed herself and just looking for somebody to take care of her. So now, after all this, the man will now, when a woman's way of knowing you can take care of her now is that you have money to spend on her. After all this, you now go to her family. Here in Africa, it is worse because when you take a woman to the family, you can be asked to pay $20,000, $10,000 as bride price.
Hey, are you buying a person? I don't understand.
Yes.
I'm not like
$10,000 as bride price. $2,000 as bride price. $5,000 as bride price. So you are paying all these things to get a woman into your house who is going to be shouldering on you. No. Imagine, and after that, here in Africa, in America, the lady's father is going to pay for the wedding and all those kind of things. In Africa, the wedding and everything is still being borne by you, this young guy.
It's true, sir. It's true.
You have to look for the money for the bride's her costume. You have to look for money. If she says she wants 8 bridesmaids, you have to sew for them. You have to pay for the venue, pay for sound. So it's like you must have money to have a woman in your life. Now, if you are even spending all that and you're going to have a submissive woman who is going to be in your life to help you, it is a good investment. Now, you will live with this woman in your house. She expects you to clean. She expects you to share responsibility. She expects you to do this. She expects you to do that. And one day, this woman can just get up and say, I don't love you anymore.
Hey, problem.
The woman you are paying all these things for can wake up one day and say, I don't want this marriage anymore. And there's nothing you can do about it.
So what we're seeing, my friends, is the same narrative, the same story coming out of US, UK, China, and Africa. A lot of you guys have always been asking me, oh, older man, why is it that you don't talk about passport bros going to Africa? And I'm saying to you, my friends, this is one of the reasons why I am not getting any positive stories coming out of Africa when it comes to marrying an African woman. The same stories I'm getting coming out of America is the same stories I'm getting coming out of Africa, especially in the cities. Women are expecting everything. Man's supposed to bring everything to the table. Woman can divorce and leave him whenever. We're getting the same amount of baby mamas that are coming out of Africa. We're getting the same amount of divorces and women leaving and taking a lot from the men. So why would I recommend you guys going to those areas when the reports are not positive? I mean, guys, tell me if I'm wrong. But this brother, African, I don't know what country he is from Africa, but I can't get across the white skin. What's going on with? I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know whether it's the lighting or something, but I don't know, man. Anyway, let's not. I can't dwell on that. Let's watch some more of what he has to say.
So men think about all these things now, and when they meet a woman who shows them a little bit of a threat, trust me. So do you know what the men are doing now? Instead of marrying you, they will come into your life and say, I want to have a child. If you can have a child for me, we'll marry.
That is true. They are using children. Even if not children, they are using a ring.
Yes. And so what they do is that when they impregnate you, they make you baby mama. You live in your house, he lives in his house. He's good. He has a child. He has a woman. He's good. He has no responsibility. The painful thing is that when this woman gets up and says, I don't want the marriage anymore, do you know what the law says? The law says that whatever you, a man, you own, after all the money you spent on the woman, the law says whatever you own, you must split it into two and give half to her. Doesn't make sense. No. So if you were the man, would you even think of marriage?
No. It's too much. Even myself, no, it's too much, man.
It is too much.
It's too much. No, I go run. Let me be honest, I go run. Not too much.
So this is the reason why most of the men now, they just want to be with you, be a baby mama. He's doing his thing. Guys are now 40-something, 50, and they've never married. They are just living their life without a woman, because the women of today are not actually being women.
The brother broke it down nice and simple. And these women both recognize that, if they were in that position, they would really find that to be hard on their pocket as well. So we're seeing this across the globe, in all different cultures. What do we do? Guys, you let me know. I'm just bringing you the stories from across the world, my friend. That's it.
I am begging someone from another country to adopt me right now. If you don't live in England, please listen to me and genuinely take my adoption seriously, because I'm sick of living here. I don't think I can live here much longer. Not only do we pay 40% bloody tax to live in the most depressing country on planet Earth, where everyone is so miserable, everyone complains about everything under the sun. Please, somebody house me. I will pay you £1 million, $1 million to live with you. Okay, as long as you don't have a negative attitude and you're positive maybe 80% of the time, because I'm actually sick of it. I'm going insane. I cannot stand living in this country where I pay so much tax to be around depressing people, have depressing weather, and quite frankly, what is there to even do here? What can you do in England? What is there to do in England? There's nothing. I need to go to Dubai or something.
Oh, yes, my friends. What we're hearing is women bawling. Things are getting hard. Things are getting hard in the West, my friends. And as they get older and they realize that they're vulnerable, it's going to get even worse. Learn to cooperate with a man. Get your shit together. Focus on building a life that involves building with another individual so that you will have options. If you want to get up and move with your man to a warmer climate, you can do it. You don't have to get somebody to adopt you. Or is that your way of saying, I need a man to come and rescue my ass? Because I doubt you can pay $1 million to anyone to just blowing smoke out your ass, really. I doubt you can pay $1 million for someone to come and adopt you. Because if you had $1 million, you can easily get up and move anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. Anyway, my friends, listen, I'm going to lock it off there. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. By all means, my friends, come on over to the membership site so that we can have deeper discussions where you don't have to get blocked or you don't have any problems with the YouTube algorithm. So, my friends, until next time, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.